Hello and welcome everybody to another Duskmourn draft. I'm Paulcheon and I just accidentally clicked the button to start the draft, so just going to start this intro here right away as the pack starts. Now, before this draft starts, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Check out TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below if you want to make any purchases. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order on all things Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. Deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, you name it, they got it. Make sure you check them out. All right, really excited for some more Duskmourn draft here. Hopefully, we can open something super nice and have a good result. Okay, starting things off here, we have Fear of Abduction. Fine creature, really nice reanimation target in the black-white deck. Popular Egotist is a really great card in the sacrifice deck. 3 mana for a 3/2, 2 mana to give it indestructible. So it just always gets in there. And then when you sack a permanent, you can drain them for 1, quite nice. And then Razorkin Hordecaller, also great. 5 mana for a 4/4 haste creature. Whenever you attack, you get to make a 1/1 gremlin token. And then we have Coordinated Clobbering, which is just a really nice removal effect. It's a nice bite spell that goes in any deck, just 1 mana. You tap your thing, but really good if you have any survival stuff going on because it's a nice, cheaper interactive spell that works with the survival stuff. So I like to generally start things off with cheaper cards. Green is a pretty strong color. Nothing else at common really stands out to me. So it's between the Clobbering, the Hordecaller, the Egotist, and the Fear of Abduction. I think I'll take the Clobbering over the Fear of Abduction just because this card's expensive, but I can see a world where you take the Abduction if you really want to do the Reanimator deck, but I think the Clobbering would just be a good card in any green deck that I draft, so like I said, you can go any direction with that first pick, but we'll go with the Clobbering there. Moving on to pick number 2, man, I see this card all the time. You're going to see this late a lot. It's not that impressive. It's a 2 mana 2/2 rare artifact creature. It has all activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name. There's a Vile Mutilator. This card is fantastic in the black-white Reanimator deck. It's just a fine creature in general. It's pretty expensive to play, so I really like it when I can cheat this out. 7 mana is just a lot, and there's just a lot of things to do with your mana in the late games where I don't prioritize this as highly. I think I'm just going to take Acrobatic Cheerleader here. Good with the Coordinated Clobbering to start, and just one of the best 2 mana creatures, particularly if you want to be more aggressively slanted here. So let's take the Cheerleader here and see where things go. Moving on to this pack, Double Smoky Lounge Pack. This is a common or uncommon? It's an uncommon. Great in the blue-red room deck. If you have just infinite rooms, this card can make you tons of flyers. You saw Luis go absolutely bonkers with like a deck with 6 or 7. No, he had like 8 or 9 rooms in his deck. So really good in that type of deck. There's also Meat Locker, which is a card that I've been very impressed by. But for us, we have a couple of options here. We have the choice between Rootwise Survivor and Acrobatic Cheerleader. And I think the way that you want to build a white-green aggressive deck is just to make sure you can pick up as many Acrobatic Cheerleaders as possible and hope to be on the play. So I'm just going to take another Cheerleader here. Also, we don't necessarily know that we're going to want to be green-white specifically because we could end up in red-white or any other combination, and Cheerleader is just a fine card to have in all those decks. Moving on to this pack, there's Lionheart Glimmer, which is a really nice top-end creature. Remember, this triggers whenever you attack with anything. So this effectively means when you cast this, your entire team gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Outside of that, Skullcap Nuisance is great in blue-black, but of course we're far away from that. For us, I think I'm just going to take Monstrous Emergence. This is a really great start. We have a couple of great interactive spells to push through damage with our survival cards, and Monstrous Emergence being probably one of the best commons in the entire set, and I definitely favor it over a card like the Glimmer, which is just really expensive. So I'm just going to, again, focus on my mana curve, and this is a fantastic start. Double Cheerleader, Clobbering, and Emergence. Can't be too upset with what we have here going on so far. All right, moving on here, we have Leyline of the Void, which doesn't do much for us. Popular Egotist, like I said, I really do like this in Black-Red Sacrifice, but pretty far away from that here. As far as cards in our colors, we have Seize from Slumber and Spineseeker Centipede. And I'm going to take the Centipede here. It's a little more proactive, right? The thing with the Seize from Slumber, I like this in slightly more defensively oriented decks, but in a survival deck, which is kind of where we're leaning, I think The fact that this is a defensive spell, it's not really what you want in a survival deck. You want proactive spells. You want to proactively kill things or have combat tricks, and Seize from Slumber just doesn't help you do that. So let's go and take the Centipede here. And moving on, we have the perfect card here. Look, if Baseball Bat is not good in green-white survival, I don't know what to say, right? So I'm going to take this here. Great way to push through damage or also tap your survival card. So going to take the Baseball Bat here and try to beat people down. Hit some home runs. Maybe join the 50-50 club. Be the second person to do so. Shout out to Shohei Ohtani. Go Dodgers. All right, moving on to pack number 7. There's Saw. What does this do? Whenever a creature attacks, you may sack a permanent other than that creature or Saw. If you do sack... Okay, so... probably decent in black-red, but not interested in it here. Vicious Clown is nice if you're aggressive. I guess I'm just going to take a Cautious Survivor as just a random 4-mana card. Found Footage is actually a totally fine filler card. I think I like this more in defensive decks or like black-green, things that care more about Delirium. So I think I'm just going to take Cautious Survivor here just to have as a 4-mana effect. Again, not super high on this, but it's fine. Moving on here, we have... I like Vengeful Possession in Black-Red Sacrifice. Really, really nice. Glimmer Burst is also fine in the Blue-White Eerie deck. We have Cult Healer, but this deck's not really doing the Eerie thing. So I don't think I care about this 3-mana 3/3 very much. So I'm just going to take Horrid Vigor. I think this is actually a pretty decent combat trick in green-white, as it guarantees that you're going to survive with whatever creature that you attack with. And here's the thing. When you have survival cards... your opponents are heavily incentivized to block, even though they think you have the Horrid Vigor. So it's just like, all right, well, I guess I just block. Then you have this, and then you get the trigger, right? All of a sudden, I have a 2-mana 2/2 flyer. Or I get to manifest something off my Defiant Survivor. So going to take another Horrid Vigor here. It's a late Soul Rager, so maybe the Rooms deck is open. I do really like Turn Inside Out as a combat trick, but... gonna take the Horrid Vigor. Okay, this is like all the Horrid Vigors. I don't care about this so much. White now seems to be getting cut off here, so maybe we should speculate in a card in another. I certainly don't feel like I'm gonna want 3 Horrid Vigors, but what do I even take, right? I guess I'll take a Bleeding Woods in case I'm gonna want to splash, or if I switch into maybe a red-green deck potentially because we have a ton of green cards. Here I will take the Rootwise Survivor. Decent survival card. Now we have, I guess, Frantic Strength. Here's the thing. When you're green-white, you really don't need to prioritize tricks very highly. There's just a million of them. There's the +2/+2 card for 1 white. There's Horrid Vigor, and there's Frantic Search, like Jump Scare. Like, it really doesn't matter which version you get. So just don't take them very highly, right? Like, these are the cards I definitely want. And then any combination of Vigor and Frantic Strength is whatever. Moving on here, Silent Hall Creeper is fantastic, but of course we're not necessarily blue-green here. Let's Play a Game is not fantastic. Midnight Mayhem is great in red-white. Growing Dread is also great in blue-green. For us, I just need 2 drops. I have 2 Acrobatic Cheerleaders. I'm just going to take a Wary Watchdog here just for mana curve purposes because the green-white deck just wants to beat down. Here we see a Chainsaw. Chainsaw is ready, but I'm not going to take it here. I mean... it's like I could take it and maybe switch to red-green, but I have no red cards. Phantasmal Image is funny. I don't actually know all the, whatever, the special cards or whatever, but this card's just fine. I might just take Manifest Dread, honestly. It's just another 2-mana card. Bottomless Pool is a great, great card. Bounce, and a bounce effect that also draws you a bunch of cards, so if I was blue, I would take that. But nothing wrong with Manifest Dread. Just a solid 2-mana option. Helps you get Delirium. So curves out. It's just kind of what you want. Chainsaw, 3 damage. Man, this card is really good, though. I don't know. Do I take Chainsaw? You know what? Screw it. I'm going to take the Chainsaw. We'll see what happens, okay? I'm going to take the Chainsaw and we'll see. Maybe, isn't it worth splashing? I don't know. I just feel like Manifest Dread is kind of underwhelming in white-green. But, I just took the shiny rare, okay? Just, you can't blame me for taking shiny rare. Here, there's Unnerving Grasp, which is fantastic. Great Mana War effect. Violent Urge is a decent combat trick if you want to be red-green. Altanak is a decent card, but it's just really, really expensive. If you cast it, it's huge. There's Unsettling Twins. There's Savior of the Small, and I have three mana cards. Maybe I want to take this if I want to do the white-green survival thing. I've seen this card be somewhat impressive. Good with manifest cards as well, so I think I'm going to take the Savior of the Small here. Certainly can still splash Chainsaw if I'm lacking interaction, and if I just want to try playing this card. It does cost 3 mana to equip, but you don't have to equip until later after a bunch of creatures die. Here I'll take another Acrobatic Cheerleader. Certainly seems like another good 2-drop to have in our deck. So, yeah, could I have had Manifest Dread? Sure. But I mean, look at the art on that thing. Just look at the art. All right, Acrobatic Cheerleader number 4. We are doing lots of cheerleading here. Very, very happy with 4 cheerleaders. Just want to be on the play and beat people down. All right. Ooh, there's a Wildfire Wicker Folk. This card's great if you're doing the green-red thing. But we are not doing the green-red thing. We are doing the green-white thing. I don't really care so much for Jump Scare here. Emerge from the Cocoon is great in the black-white Reanimator deck, but I don't care for it here. This is not a really good Ethereal Armor deck. I have no enchantments, so I think I'm just going to take another 2-drop. I am happy now. I got 6 2s. Flesh Borer is really, really nice, especially when you're attacking. Just makes even like your small things hard to deal with, so. Good mana curve situation here. Now can use some 3s and some better tricks. I'm going to take the green-white rare. I don't know what it does. Survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if this is tapped, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is its power. Put any number of creature and or vehicle cards with different powers from among them into... Okay, it's a 4-mana 4/4 that draws you cards. All right. All right, Rip. Ooh, here, you know what? You know how much I go crazy over 2-drops, but Coordinated Clobbering is perfect in survival decks. We need a little more interaction. I will take this over Cheerleader number 5. So green-white certainly super duper open. Probably don't need to splash red, to be honest. So we have a couple of ways here to tap things. We have the double clobbering and the baseball bat. And we have 7 survival cards. I'm liking this. And then we have a couple of combat tricks here on the right. We'll kind of mix and match on these, depending on what it is that we want. Here we have, don't really care for grasping long neck in this type of deck. Don't really care about jump scare. You know, I'm just going to take a top end card here. This is a nice little beatdown card. And every now and then in a pinch, you can just tap down your own thing to trigger survival. So I think having a second like 5-mana card here seems totally fine. Don't really like attacking the box. I'll take Glimmerlight, I guess. Don't really like this card very much either. Anthropede, I don't really want to start ever. I'll take Altenac, but this thing's super expensive. 7 mana is just a lot. I'll take Rootwise Survivor. I haven't really played with this card very much. With enough ways to push damage through, I think this card's good. We are way overloaded on playables right now, though. Because I like all of these cards, and this is at 16. I like Hand That Feeds as well, but there's no way we're playing that, so I guess I'll just take this Bear Trap. All right, another land to splash, but, you know, in our green-white, in a green-white deck that's looking to tap stuff, or in a green-white deck that's looking to curve out, I just feel like I don't want a bunch of these tap lands just for a silly Chainsaw, even though Chainsaw is good. Oh, man, this card is absurd. Look at this. Any vehicle in the survival deck is awesome. So Unidentified Hovership says 3 mana for a 2/2 vehicle. ETB basically kill something. Exile a creature with toughness 5 or less. When this leaves the battlefield, the exile card's owner manifests dread. So they don't even get their creature back. They just get a 2/2. So this card's amazing. Swarm Weaver is also amazing. 4 mana for a 2/3 ETB, make 2 1/1 insect tokens with flying, and then Delirium. They have that. This card's amazing. But of course, we're just going to take the Hovership, which is the absolute perfect card in this green-white deck. And now we're going to slam Defiant Survivor. Okay, we've had some bad green-white Survivor decks. I think this one's going to be a good one. I'm just going to say, let's take the Survivor. Absolutely phenomenal in this deck. We now have 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 Survivor cards to go with double clobbering, Emergence, Baseball Bat, and Hovership. Yes, yes, yes. Here, I don't really need another 2-drop in Fear of Surveillance, so I'm not going to take that. I think it's between Spineseeker Centipede and Savior of the Small. I am in need of some 3s, and we have a lot of expensive things. I'm not milling myself like crazy, so I actually think this card's not that insane. I'm actually just going to take another Centipede here, just because I feel like I want a smooth mana base. I want to curve out nicely, and I think the Centipede really, really helps with that. Here, again, this is not really a Seize from Slumber deck. I think I'd rather just play one of these combat tricks that I have in my sideboard. Osseous Stick Twister is a very nice card, along with Glassworks Shattered Yard. I'm just going to take a Branch Snapper. I like in any deck that I play, I like to have at least one of these in my deck, just to have as a top-end threat that also acts as a way for me to just continue hitting my land drops. Here we have the choice between Cheerleader or the Centipede. Honestly, I just think I want another Centipede. I don't think Cheerleader is that much better than Flesh Burrower or Watchdog. We have 6 2-mana cards. We need 3 mana cards. This gets me the land, so I think Spineseeker Centipede is just amazing, and I'm just going to take it here. Because we're actually not like super duper aggro. We can get aggro starts, but I feel like a good version of this deck can also play a nice mid-range game, which Spineseeker Centipede allows us to do. Because now I feel better about my 4-drops, and I feel better about being able to curve out and play my survivors and Fear of Immobility. So, yeah, definitely like this. I just think you can never have too many Centipedes in your deck. All right, I know ley lines are going to be unplayable. Nothing here for us in this pack. There's a Cult Healer and an Anthropede. I don't have any enchantments, so this is like a 3-mana 3/3. Anthropede is a 4-mana. I don't know. I'm not going to play either of the cards. I'd much rather just play like I said, I still have Fanatical Strength and Horrid Vigor. Like, I kind of want to play at least one Horrid Vigor. Feels really nice to have at least one copy of this, so we'll see. There's another branch. I might actually play both of these and just play 16 lands, right? 16 lands with double Branch Snapper, triple Centipede seems pretty nice. And then, like I said, this gives you something to play in the late game. Ooh, what does this do? The owner, okay, that's a disenchant. This is a 2-mana 0/4 that taps for mana. Spend 2 mana to only turn something face up. I'm a curve out deck. I don't have that many 4s. I actually don't think this card is very good. There's another Flesh Burrower. I'll just take the Flesh Burrower. I already have another Horrid Vigor in my sideboard. I don't know. All right, let's just put all of these in. I already have kind of some sense for what I'm going to cut, but hey. At this point, I think it's still early enough where we should probably play the... oh, we got the Manifest Dread. We should just play the whole... lay all the playables out and then make the cuts accordingly and then kind of explain why I made the cuts that I did, right? So let's just start with the full Monty here of cards. Okay. That's too many cheerleaders. Like that is the issue right now where people are still trying to figure out what to do in their decks. You're just going to have way too many playables. So you're just going to have to cut way too many cards. We have 31 cards here. 31. And that's after taking a speculative chainsaw over like an on-color card. It's like we're building a green-white seal deck here. It's another okay. We have way too many 2-drops now. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I do think I want to try, if I can, to try to get Delirium effects. So I think for that reason, definitely playing 16 lands, so we can cut 1 land right away. Actually, I shouldn't TCR. Okay. I think I want to cut Altanak because it's far too expensive. I just don't need this card. Bashful Beastie is another expensive card I don't need. I've already explained why I don't want Seize from Slumber in this type of deck, so let's cut that. Cautious Survivor seems very cuttable. Frantic Strength is on the chopping block. The Hovership is great. I'm going to count this as a removal spell. I think I like. Obviously, I think I like Cheerleaders the most, just because this gives me the chance at the most aggressive start. So why don't we cut all the Flesh Burrowers as the 2-mana effects? Certainly keeping the Monstrous Emergence. I like Manifest Dread as well, just because I have triple Spineseeker Centipede. So Manifest Dread puts a sorcery in your yard and another card type. So having a 2-mana 2/2 that you can occasionally flip up because I have a bunch of creatures, and then also help you get Delirium with the Spineseeker Centipede seems quite nice. I think it's about on par with Wary Watchdog in terms of helping you hit Delirium. So now we're on 42 cards. We need to cut 2 cards. We have 16 creatures and 2 Branch Snappers. We have a million creatures. I definitely want at least one of these Horrid Vigors. Maybe I just cut Fear of Immobility. I mean, is 7 2-drops too many? Or is that like the right amount? I don't actually know. I like all of my 2s. I can probably cut like 1 Horrid Vigor. Let me think. Is it better or worse than Frantic Strength? Man, having like a 4/4 Acrobatic Cheerleader just seems so good though. But the issue is removal is removal is quite strong in this format. So you don't want too many of these effects. So yeah, let's play 1 of each though, just to mix things up. And then let's just cut like 1 card. And I think it's going to be between, and I'm playing 8, even though I have 24 green, 17 green sources and 10 white sources. I think I want to go 8 and 8 instead of 9 and 7 because I have 2 Forest Cyclers. I'm trying to figure out what to cut here. It's like, maybe it's just a Branch Snapper. Like, I know it gives me something to do in the late game, but like 16 lands with triple Centipede and 1 Branch Snapper seems fine. And I really want to try this Fear of Immobility because I feel like if I'm on the play and I can get draws where I go like multiple Cheerleaders, curve out nicely, and then play a Fear of Immobility to freeze something down, that's really nice. And then having it also act as a way to maybe sometimes tap down Rip or Savior of the Small is also quite nice. So yeah. You know, the thing is, if you draw like multiple snappers, they're just kind of expensive anyway. So let's give this a shot. All right, now before round 1 starts, I did want to say, if you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Shout out to all the patrons here. Thank you so much for all of your support. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel. I think that's a really good way to up your limited game. Plenty of awesome people in that Discord channel looking to up their limited game just like you. Bunch of really helpful people as well. Gonna mulligan that hand. Gonna keep this hand, and I will. It's kind of interesting. My hand is amazing. What do I bottom? Am I on the play or draw? Do I bottom a land? Is that crazy? Because I do have the Centipede. Yeah, let's bottom a land. If we're on the play, I absolutely wouldn't. But on the draw, we have like 3 draws at a land, and every single one of these cards seems so good. Like, I don't want a mulligan baseball bat, you know what I mean? Of course, we drew a 5-drop. Brute Spinner is a fantastic 2-mana card. Manifest Dread. Okay, we'll cast that. I guess we'll... Hey, we milled 2 non-lands. There you go. Land next turn, please! Why do I do this to myself? Oh my, why do I do this to myself? Alright, whew! Oh my, okay. Do I even attack with this? No, I won't. I'm just gonna keep it back. We're on the defensive this time around. Like, if they attack with their Centipede, or if they killed my Centipede and attack, I just want to be able to block both. I hope this Rip Spawn Hunter is going to be awesome. I don't really think I'm ever going to flip this up anytime soon. Excuse me. So, I think I'd rather just have the Centipede in play. Because I have a higher chance of being able to hit Delirium. Oh, main phase Swamp Cycle. They didn't miss a land drop though. Why did they main phase that? Okay, let's play Rip. And see what they do. At least if they kill my Rip, I can play Rootwise Survivor and it's likely going to get through. And then I will have a 3/3 land. If they don't kill Rip, it's amazing for us because we have the Baseball Bat and the Coordinated Clobbering. All right, they killed it. We're sad. We're like super sad, but it's okay. Yeah, let's play the Survivor. Then let's animate this forest. So if they have Delirium, they get a 1/1 equal to the number of card types in their graveyard. So, oh, you don't need Delirium. Right now they have 3 types, so they can make 3 1/1 tokens with flying. But they have to keep up 6 mana. All right, that's totally fine. We have the Fear of Immobility, the Clobbering, the Baseball Bat. Okay. Resurrected Cultist. And Cryptid. Okay, those are some mediocre creatures, I'm going to say. So I think Fear of Immobility on the Cultist seems like the play here. And then I don't really care about Clobbering right now, so let's just attack with those. Now the question is, do I want to put all the counters on this land? Or do I want to like spread the love? I think I want to spread the love. That way if they kill this, like I still have just extra power and toughness, and I have extra mana lying around. So this is really great. Like next turn I have the ability to kill something and then also tap something down with the Baseball Bat. This thing's locked down. So we have a lot of pressure on the opponent right now. Another Brood Spinner, sure. Are they just dead next turn? They very well could be. They can't attack us. They're at 7 life. The problem with the Clobbering, though, is it does tap my creature down. Okay. Gotta think here. So the Baseball Bat taps down the Thresher. So the Baseball Bat taps down the Thresher, and let's say I put it on like the Centipede and attack with everything. No, that's not perfect. I could kill the Thresher. You know what? I'm just going to play this a little bit slower here and just add as much as I can to the board here. All right. So this is a lethal attack. They have to block. And I tap the Inspector. Okay, that's fine. So 1 Brute Spinner down. They're at 1 life. They don't have a lethal attack for us. And next turn, we can attack for like 1 million. I mean, they can sack the Brute Spinner. They can definitely sack the Brute Spinner and make 5 1/1 blockers, I guess. Also, you can do this at instant speed, which is kind of wild. But I wanted to get this Wicker Folk Thresher off the battlefield too. I don't know if that was better or worse than just like not playing the Centipede. What do we need in our graveyard? We need an instant. But we do technically have 5 attackers with the baseball bat, so I feel like they just have to Brute Spinner this turn, which is still very good. So I'm happy I got rid of one of them. All right, so we're gonna tap down. We're gonna tap down the. Actually, I don't know which one to tap down. I put an enchantment in my graveyard. That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to attack with the Centipede, I think, because it's going to get bigger next turn. Let's tap down the Cultist. Yep. So the reason why I did this is because I think they're going to want to kill my Fear of Immobility. I'm not entirely sure, but if they did, then I would have Delirium. If they kill one of my lands, then I will have Delirium, which is also very good. Yep, that's fine. They have to chump there. Okay. All right. So I have Delirium now. Wait, I don't? Did I already have a land in the graveyard? Oh, I only had 2 types. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's an error on my part. All right, anyways, they're still at 1, and we can tap down a thing. So they need to play 2 things this turn, and our creatures are huge. Land that turn wasn't ideal. They have a nice Delirium deck. The Brute Spinner is amazing. I mean, think about it. That was a 2-mana 2/3, Surveil 2, make 5 1/1 flyers. And we are close to being able to fight through that with our start. I wonder if I was supposed to like keep the Survivor alive, because they double block there. I have no idea what this does. Distribute 2 counters among things. Okay, sure. There's only 5 types. This is fine because I have the baseball bat still. They might have a removal spell. They certainly could. It's an acrobatic cheerleader. I mean, we only have 1 real attack. So let's attack. Tap down the Fly Trap. Because this one just trades profitably with the Centipede. Now it's just like there's 2 trades. Obviously, they can have a murder. They can definitely have a murder. But basically, it's like Cultist here. No, if they had a murder, I think they would have killed my Centipede, right? I don't know. I could be wrong. They could just let this happen. Oh, break down the door, sure. Okay. All right. Well. We have a cheerleader on the Fly Trap. That's all we have. They're at 1 life. Come on! Oh, this is so brutal! All these games are so close and my opponent just come back. I think I could probably have played this game a little bit better, I think. I think that big turn where I played the 2-1, I could have maybe done something else there. But they need to also just stop drawing out. I just need just a little bit. I just need a little bit to get through. Come on. Okay. All right, well, this will give our creature flying. So if I draw a removal spell here, that would be great. Okay, our creature now flies, and now we have a blocker. Okay. They have one card left. Oh my gosh. Really? That's... Man, this format is tilting the crap out of me. I'm not gonna, like... I've been trying to draft a bunch of these survival decks. I don't know. I think I could have played that turn probably better with the... I should have maybe tried more to continue getting my 3/4 to generate me more 3/3s. And when they double block there, that was really bad for me. Okay. Let's recover from that last one. This hand is pretty slow, but I'm going to believe in my deck just because I have so many cheap things to do in my deck. I just feel like I'm pretty likely to find something. Like our hand has all of our expensive cards. There you go. Just got to believe a little bit. Nowhere to run. Oof. Okay. Patch Plaything is big. Yeah, 2-1. Ooh, that would have been... Had our opponent waited, that would have been so good for us. Now we're going to take a bunch of damage off of this thing because I just don't have any play. I'm just going to go get a land here just because I have 2 5s in my hand anyways. Okay. I mean, that's a play. A little delayed, but I'll take it. Let's go get a plains, play the plains, and pass. Gonna take 4 again. Might need to cast Fear of Immobility just to slow this down. It's a lot of damage. Okay. So the reason why, like, I think it's actually good for me to just try to trade off as many things as possible, just because I have survival cards, right? So I want to keep the board relatively clear so that I have a better shot of being able to just cleanly attack with my survivor. Because let's say I didn't attack there, if they play another 2/2 this turn, they can double block the survivor, right? Whoa. They must have a reanimation spell or something. I don't know what they can have for triple white. Perhaps it's the Slumber card? So I'm actually going to just play the Spineseeker here. And double spell here. I think that's better because this also allows me, if I draw land number 6, I can go Survivor into Horrid Vigor, which is pretty good. I bet they're gonna reanimate their Patch Plaything. Yep. This is amazing. Horrid Vigor! Let's get it! Yep, that has flying, and we get a 3/3. Boom. Great turn here for us. They might reanimate it again. Which would be kind of... They're still at 19 life. We have not been doing a good job of dealing damage to them. Okay, Rootwise Survivor down. Slumber. Yep. Ooh, Wary Watchdog. Can I hit? Delirium. Sorcery. Do I have a sorcery? I do not. Huh. The question is, do I just want... I might just want that card though, right? Instead of dealing an extra damage. Yeah, I think I just want that card. Like, if they just play something huge, just having a removal spell seems useful. What are they getting back? Fanatic, okay. Huh. I mean, they're probably going to play this turn, right? So, I think I just want to cast all my spells. In which case... And then I attack. And then... Sure. Let's spread it around. They're at 7 life. Fanatic of the Herring doesn't do much now, right? They discarded Vile Mutilator, so if they can get this back, that's going to be really good for them, but hopefully we can kill them before that happens. If they kill my Watchdog, I get to Surveil. Sure, it's just another blocker. Ooh. Yes, please. Let's exile that. I think this is just lethal. Alright, got the black-white reanimator deck. Put one on the board. Beat them down. Let's keep this going. I don't want to be a percentage gamer. I really don't want to be a percentage gamer. Alright, on the play here, sure. 4 lands, a Centipede, and a Fear of Immobility. Yeah, I do think the Fear of Immobility feels really good in this deck. The question is just whether or not I want to be playing an extra, whatever, 7/6 Trampler or whatever. Certainly it would be great in this hand. Another black-white deck, Innocuous Rat. Play the Centipede and go get another Forest, I guess. I guess I should have played a Plains. Yeah. I know I could have played the Cheerleader, but I just felt like, just mana-wise, you just want to maximize. Next turn I can go Cheerleader plus Horde Vigor if that's something that I'm interested in. What the heck is this attack? I see. What does this do? +3, it becomes lifelink? Sure. You got me for the 1 damage. Wary Watchdog, don't want the land. Let's play the Cheerleader and pass. Could use some of my more expensive spells now. I guess that is the issue with, like, maybe I should just be prioritizing rooms higher. I just don't, like, my green-white decks just haven't had that many mana sinks. So in the late game, especially with a bunch of these Centipedes, perhaps the proper way to build out my deck is to just make sure that I have enough things to do in the late game too. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, Fanatical Strength is good. What's not good is the fact that I can't really attack with anything. This Fear of Lost Teeth is actually quite annoying. I have 2 3-1s in play. I don't really care about tapping any of their stuff down, to be honest. I guess I'm going to do it, right? Let's just give our cheerleader flying. It gives us at least one way to clock them, right? Okay, found footage. Do I attack with Fear of Immobility? I think I do. The problem is if they block with like Fear of Lost Teeth, it's kind of awkward. Then I have to use like Fanatical Strength to keep my creature alive. I'm happy trading with the Heart of a Creature land. I'm happy trading with a Cult Healer if they attack, or sorry, the Resurrected Cultist. You know, maybe I should just be okay trading Fear of Lost Teeth for one of my creatures. I think that's fine. There you go. Just that way I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, that's fine. And then I can start attacking with Fear of Immobility. Boom! And then I have the Horrid Vigor to save my Fear of Immobility as well. Now I have a 6/6 Trampler that they need to deal with. Let's hope they don't have an exile removal effect. Hopefully it's just like a murder or something, or a seize from slumber. Okay. Do they have Delirium? Can they get back that stupid 4/1? Does it come into play tapped? I don't know. But we're kind of all in again. What? Oh my gosh. All right. 2/2 Death Touch Flyers? That seems fair. No, it doesn't. Not at all. What the heck is this card? Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, we even drew like the perfect card, but the Swarm Weaver is kind of absurd. Now, these things do hit very hard. One of them has Death Touch, so I'm glad I at least got to trade with one of the Death Touch creatures, but man. I just feel like there's just enough good defensive things to do in this format where just like this whole trying to beat people down with green-white Survivor just doesn't feel great so far. Maybe red-white's a little bit faster. So maybe that's what I want to be doing. Oh my gosh, they attack with the insect? What the heck? Hover ship. Okay. Okay. I think I want to exile the Swarm Reaver because that removes insects and spiders you control have Death Touch. They don't have. Okay. I can also remove the Cultist. Is that good? Because that just makes blocks really tough for them. No. Well, let's just do this. I mean, that was the best possible draw. Or one of the better draws, at least. Now, like, Cultist plus Healer will trade with something, and then I'll get... One of my other creatures will live and get in for a bunch. Okay. Can I choose not to damage the rats? I'd really like to not damage the rats. All right. Nope, I have to kill the rats. All right, so they get to double manifest here. And then we have... I mean, this is a 2/2 flyer, right? And they're at 4 life. We're at 17. So I know they get a couple of manifests, but... The nice part about this is it's not like other exile effects where... It's more like Skyclave Apparition, where if they kill the hover ship, they don't get back the Swarm Weaver, which is good for us. If they find a removal spell... It looks like they found a removal spell here. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Oh well. That's a 1/1 flyer. All right, all right. The question here is, do I block the Cult Healer if they attack? I do get to Surveil. Like, the value of a Surveil is pretty high, and I feel like I have a pretty good shot at finding a creature if I can Surveil 1, and then I can still crew the hover ship. If they attack with a 1/1 flyer, I can just crew the hover ship and block. I don't know what their last card is, obviously, but... Yeah, I just don't want to take the damage here. So let's block here. Also, this prevents them from life linking on a following turn as well. So I think that's also pretty good for us. And I'm just going to hope to try to find something here with the Surveil to be able to play something and then crew the hover ship and still put pressure on my opponent. Why didn't they flip that up first? Okay, whatever. All right, here we go. Come on. Nope. Okay, come on. We need a creature here bad. Come on. Ooh, yes. Okay. We found the centipede here. Attack. They're at 2. All right, so now we have a centipede, which can potentially be a lethal attacker. They're looking at their graveyard, which is really bad for us. So they didn't block. So now it's like, you know, if I find a removal spell for the insect, I could kill them that way too, potentially. Let's hope they don't find, like, Resurrect from the Cocoon, maybe? Because that gains them life. I mean, they're at 2 lives, so they have to be pretty careful with... Wow. No fear. No fear. Lionheart Glimmer in the graveyard, too. Okay. So, I mean, their deck looks fairly solid. They found... Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh, because they put it in the graveyard, I see. Because they could have gotten it in play before. So they're at 5 life. That's gross. It's just my deck just has such bad top decks. I don't have good blocks here either, like, ugh, okay. Oh my gosh. Milling Lionheart Glimmer with Emerge from the Cocoon in this tight of a race. It's pretty brutal. I don't even think I can win at this point. Block, block. We're at 1. And that's a land. All right. Well, 1 and 2 here. Pretty disappointing. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to just put... just because, like I said, I just don't have too much to do with my mana. I know there's this, but the thing is I don't really put lands in my graveyard very much. I think I'd rather just play another Branch Snapper. I don't actually know if that's correct. It's like, do I want a 7-mana 9/9 Trampler? Like, what's the difference between a 7-mana 9/9 Trampler and a 7-mana? I guess this, when this gets targeted, I draw a card too? Maybe I should just play this. It's just huge. Maybe I'm just making a mistake not playing that. I think I'm just going to cut one of the 2s. I'm just not sure which one. Is it a Cheerleader? Yeah, you know, this has felt more underwhelming. I thought this card was going to be awesome. It's felt a little underwhelming. And I feel like I want some other cards to help me with the Delirium because I have the triple Centipede. Maybe the Cheerleader is not what it's, you know, not what it's quite cracked up to be. I don't know. 2-mana 2/2 sometimes flyer. And we still have 4. But I just want to have a little more late game punch. So let's try the Altenac. I mean, we're 1 and 2. What do we have to lose, right? Turn 2 Cheerleader on the play, the classic. I will attack you. Alright, it flies. Let's go get a forest here with the Centipede. Next turn's going to be really nice. We have Baseball Bat into the Cheerleader. The interesting thing is, I mean, depending on what they play, I can just tap my own thing. We'll see what they do, but I can go like Baseball Bat on the Centipede and then just play the Cheerleader and tap the Cheerleader. Look at this. I mean, they're just attacking me with the Grim. I mean, it depends on like what they play this turn, obviously. Saw Blade, yeah, like they're not going to block that, right? I mean, they might. But I'd rather just have another flyer here. Let's do it. Just, we're racing. We're racing. You and I. Boom. 2/2/2 flyers. This is as good as it gets for the Cheerleader. Okay? Hooray. 2/2 flyers. And now we have the Centipede here, which we can use to now tap down what they play and then just beat down with the Survivor. They're just in no position to race me at this point. Balemerc Leech. I bet they're going to want to rummage. They discarded Popular Egotist. Wow. No way. Really? Can I die next turn? I don't know, but I mean, I'm just going to attack again, and hopefully I don't die. What can they do for red? Oh, the deal 5 damage card. Sure. Yep, that works. They have the 2 mana deal 5 damage card. Yep. I mean, that's a 2-for-1, right? They lost their leech, so. Hey, and we still have a lethal attack here. We still have a lethal attack. Man, I don't know if I want to tap this, though. It's kind of rough. Okay, but like I said, we still have the option. Like, they need to keep at least 2 creatures back here. Yep. It's 3 to equip. I think in a situation like this, we just attack with our 2 flyers and play rip and just pass. Keep our life total high. And then both of these are lethal attacks, so. Oh, wow, that was amazing. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't make like some crazy attack. I mean, I feel like this is probably my best possible draw. Like, it doesn't get much better than this draw. Everything is just so aggressively slanted. Like, I just attack, attack, attack. Right? And if I'm playing defense, it's just so much worse. Commune with evil. Oh, they go up to 9? All this incidental life gain, man. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Hand that feeds. Okay. Discarding MVS. Most valuable Slayer. They don't have a good attack. Alright, so I'm going to try to get value from this. Where X is its power. Hold on, I just drew Savior of the Small. I can tap that too. But tapping this seems way better. Right? I'll have no blockers then. Yeah, so maybe then I don't attack with the Acrobatic Cheerleader. Which is kind of odd. I mean, I can also attack with Rip and just have it trade with 2 things. That seems reasonable too. Huh. Like, if I attack with Rip and have it trade with 2 things, that's fine, right? I think Balemork Leech is the worst of the creatures, but I'm happy trading Rip for, like, Hand That Feeds plus the Gremlin, I think. This is a lethal attack too, so they have to block. And then I can still play the Savior of the Small, which is a really good blocker on this board. So, yeah, trading Rip for 2 premium creatures seems pretty good here. My guess is Gremlin plus Hand That Feeds. Or not. Oh, just the single block? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Reveal the top X cards where X is its power. Put any number of creatures and or vehicles with different powers from among... Wait, do I put all 3 into my hand? Holy cow! What? Okay. Let's double creature here because I'm concerned about them killing me. All right. 2 creatures in play. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This thing is outrageous. That thing gets you a lot of cards. Now, if they threaten me, do I die? Like, threaten this. I block here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I do die. I do die to threaten. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyways, that was a pretty good turn for us. We'll see what happens. I don't think we die to a removal spell. Like, if they kill this, we can still block here. And then we take 4, 5, 6. And then even if they sack a permanent, we take 1 extra damage, take 7. Okay. Okay. I mean, does this have menace? Oh, wow. So I have to block like this. And then we just die to a combat trick? They both have menace. Okay. Oh no, we died to the Baelmerk Leech. Oh my gosh. The thing is, if we blocked hand that feeds, if we blocked hand that feeds, they can sack the hand that feeds. If they block hand that feeds, they block the hand that feeds. They sack the hand that feeds. Sawblade Skin Ripper gets in for 5 plus 3 from the Baelmerk Leech, and then the Sawblade triggers end of turn, and they can deal 1 to me. Wow. If they see the line, I'm dead. All they need to do is activate Painter's whatever, and Baelmerk Leech pings me. But it looks like they have a trick in their hand. I don't know what's going to happen here. If they just activate Painter's whatever, we're dead. Oh my gosh, they didn't? What? All right, well, we have 1 play. Get in there. Man, if they're sandbagging this, I'm going to be so sad. What if they, like, flash in like an enchantment or something? Oh my gosh. Wait, isn't this 3 mana? They just activate this and I die? I was at 1 life. All right, we'll chalk that up to new format. New format, maybe they didn't see it, or maybe I'm missing something with Eerie. But we are still alive. Still alive. All right, on the play here, double cheerleader, centipede, sure. Got the centipede here. We'll note that green-white, it has not been easy to get Delirium in green-white. I found that it's been pretty easy in a lot of color combinations, but not in green-white. What you got? We'll run out the centipede here just so I can go double cheerleader next turn. They wanted to, if they wanted to Dragonfire, they needed to do it right away. Because I have all kinds of combat tricks I could have there. So I think they realized they probably should have just used this Dragonfire right away. Okay. Ticket booth? Sure. Like I said, I'm interested in trading because I'm playing a survival deck. Still drawing all of the cheerleaders. But if I don't have a way to push it through, I mean, it's just a 2-2, right? So. Man, why didn't you block? Most people would have blocked there. All right, what you got? A 3/3 probably. Man, if they play 4 mana 4/4, it's just all over. The game ends on the spot. What do they have? Oh my gosh. I mean, this is going to be some kind of moose card, right? That's what it's like. Is there going to be a loose moose here somewhere? Are they going to kill my survivor somehow? They might have a Dragonfire. I think that's what it looks like they have. Yep, okay. All right, let's animate a forest. All right, we still got decent power and toughness in play. We have access to Monstrous Emergence to deal 3 damage to something, and then another Cheerleader. Manifest Dread, sure. Wow. That's all I'm going to say. Wow. Oh, okay. Oh, what a jerk. The fact that they actually flipped something up and got some value out of there is kind of nuts. Do I want another Centipede? It's a 2/1 that gets me a land that sets me up for future draws. Sure. Especially with the Survivor, right? It's just like... I have no idea what they can have here, but... I actually don't think I attacked this turn. Like, they didn't spend the mana here. They're just gonna flip over some monster. So just like, okay, go! Yeah, that's what I thought. And the next turn we just attack. Oh, they got a cool little... I guess they're just straight 3 colors? Alright. They hit something? Oh, okay. So this blocks here, and they take only 6. Do I have a sorcery? I do. So I can't really kill the Branch Snapper, but I can kill the Bookworm and tap both of these. That seems pretty good. Okay. All right. Hey, we're doing the thing, okay? We're doing the thing. That was a good draw. I got to kill a thing, give my cheerleader flying, animate a land. This is technically lethal. If they play a second creature, that's still technically lethal. They do have a lot of cards in hand. So, if they... What the heck is this card? You may play lands from your graveyard. Okay. Then what? Manifest... Okay. Okay, they get more lands. Okay. I mean, you can only play one land. Oh, Piggy Bank, sure. Another thing? No way. All right, Defiant Survivor. So now if I choose, do I have a land in the yard? I do. So if I choose to attack with everything, one thing gets eaten. So my Survivor gets eaten. And then they take 6 and go to 3? Sure. Oh, I guess that Branch Snapper can potentially kill me. Do I want a Branch Snapper? I do not. All right, well, they're at 3 life. They're at 3 life. If they give the Branch Snapper double strike, I can block with the Survivor and still survive. Unless they have another removal spell. You may cast spells from your graveyard this turn. Oh, wait, did they... How much mana is this? 5? 3? How much... This costs 6? No, they don't have the mana. They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. 11 minus 6 is 5. 5 plus 2. No, they don't have... I don't think they have the mana. They don't have the mana to give this double strike and cast Scorching Dragonfire. They do have multiple Dragonfires that they can cast, though. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna draft Rooms. Rooms seemed busted. Like, drafting these 1-for-1 green-white cards, they seem cute and all, but, like, I need Rooms. I don't know. I mean, that's, like, the big takeaway here. I feel like I had a pretty solid version of a white-green. I have, like, a lot of the signpost uncommons. I have a good curve. I have tricks. I have some removal. But the name of the game here, there's just so much value to be had. It's just, like, it's just so hard. It's just so hard. Look at this. I just... I need a removal spell off the top, I guess? Man, they almost gave me an out. Now I have no outs. I need an instant. I need an instant. That will not do. Yeah, you know, like, I've been singing high praises for the Centipede. And it's a fine card, but like I said, this deck, not very good at getting Delirium. I thought it was going to be easier, but, you know, maybe I needed a few more manifest effects. I think I'm just dead. Yeah. We try to survive. We try to survive, but man, I am just getting overwhelmed here. I am getting absolutely overwhelmed here. This is just not... At least green-white. Maybe red-white, but green-white? I think we're dead. Double strike, 16, 20, 22. Yeah, we're dead. All right. Well, we gave it a... Honestly, we should have been 1-3. The last opponent should have beaten us too. So, you know, this is the deck that on paper looks like it can be okay, right? This looks like a totally fine deck. Let's take a look here, right? We had the baseball bat, double clobbering. We had a monstrous emergence, the hover ship. So we had some combat tricks. We had like 4 or 5 removal effects. We had the bomb rare. We can hit our land drops. We had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 survival cards. This deck just looks totally fine. Doesn't feel like it should be a 2-3 deck, but I just feel like I played a lot of these games where it went a little bit long, and I have a much worse late game plan than any of the other strategies, it feels, other than maybe red-white. And perhaps I should have looked to take maybe the some of the green and white rooms, but I don't even, like, the green rooms don't even seem that good. The white ones might be okay, maybe the ones that put +1/+1 counters, but like I said, this deck felt fine. I just, again, it's still a small sample size, but I've done a couple of 2 to 3 survival drafts, and I have not gone better than 2 and 3 in any of them. So not feeling great about this. So probably something that I'm going to look to at least avoid moving forward and try to look at some of the other strategies that have a more robust late game plan here. But like I said, part of the weakness of the survival deck on the draw, it's just not very good. And even on the play, you need a lot of like the Defiant Survivors to really kind of be able to, or the rares to really push through. Otherwise, you know, just like the Acrobatic Cheerleader is not going to get you all the way done. I think red-white aggro looks pretty good too, but I don't know about green-white. But still, it is early. We still have a lot more Magic to play to try and explore this format. So don't want to just like come to any conclusions just yet, but I have been struggling definitely with this archetype. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Additionally, check out tcgplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to purchase anything through tcgplayer.com, make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below. Finally, check out heavyplay.com. Heavyplay.com is the best place to go to for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories, deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads. They got a ton of great stuff. Make sure you check them out. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching. I promise we'll win some matches. I will figure this format out. Maybe I just need to avoid green-white, but until then, I'll catch you next time.